little short hiatus lasted just a little bit tinier longer than we meant it to. We moved. We lost our camera. One of us got cancer. Rude. But we are back. And so excited to be back with a brand new name and a brand new attitude. But this is still Matt.
And this is still Katie. But now it's called Now Playing with Matt-n-Katy. We're still kind of toying with the name. But for those of you who stuck around when I logged into the channel last week and I saw that we still had so many people that are still subscribed, thank you. We appreciate you guys sticking around. And if you're new, Katie and I are a married couple who love watching movies. We love talking about those movies, and that's what we do on the channel. Kat, if you knock this over, get out of here.
We also have 2 new kitties, so thanks for Get Interesting.
Though they're not kitties anymore. So tonight we watched Poor Things. So let me back up a little bit. We missed a lot of movies. Yeah. So we're going to be doing reviews on films that you're probably going to be thinking that came out 2 years ago. You guys are late. We are late. So we're going to be catching up on a lot of movies, but we're still going to try to go to the theater and catch new movies. And we're going to dig into some of those movies we've missed over the last couple years. And we're going to continue to do the he missed it, she missed it type stuff.
We're going to try and always, if it's not a free movie streaming somewhere, it's at least a reasonable rental, because we're hoping to, get people to maybe watch movies that they weren't too sure about, or skip ones that they were planning to, maybe.
Yeah. So, all right, back on track. We watched Poor Things this evening, and I'm going to let Katie start on this one.
Of course you are. The trailers for this movie, the ads for this movie looked really weird to me. They were very reflective of the movie. I felt like I was watching a fairly porn version of Frankenstein with other stuff in it. There were moments that were genuinely funny. To me, it was overly stylized. There was one specific camera shot that they used over and over and over again that I couldn't figure out why, because it's typically one that's used when there's someone hiding watching somewhere, and it didn't make it. I cannot in good conscience recommend this movie. The performances were great, but I have now seen far more of Emma Stone and Mark Ruffalo than I ever wanted to see, and I adore them both, but I didn't want to see that much of either one of them. And the movie was, for me, kind of a jumbled mess. I don't think it knew what it wanted to be. Oscar nominations notwithstanding. What did you think?
I hated this movie. I honestly did. I wanted to enjoy it. I thought that Emma's performance was amazing. I thought everything, the physicality of her performance, the things she was doing was great. I loved the progression of Frankenstein's monster. But yeah, I didn't understand, why did we have to see her naked so much? Why did we have to see the sex? They made it very clear, that whole scene at the dinner table. Okay, she's exploring her body. I get that. But then they kept punching it in your face, and it was really driving me nuts. I thought Mark Ruffalo was fun, but a little over the top for me. I thought Willem Dafoe was fun. To be honest, I was more interested in Harry on the boat and the madam in the whorehouse were more interesting characters to me. And the Bella character was interesting, but everybody else, I could not wait for this movie to end.
Yeah.
I kept thinking, okay, we're almost at the end. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah. Damn.
Yeah. It felt like it was about 3.5 hours long.
Yeah.
It felt really long. And anybody who's watched this knows I don't care about a long movie or a slow movie. This was a mess, which just makes it feel longer than it even was.
It just wasn't for us. Yeah. I mean, I understand why people loved it. I kept thinking as I was watching it, it kept reminding me of like Terry Gilliam movies, you know, something like Time Bandits or Baron von Munchausen, those kind of movies. Visually, it was very interesting.
It had a very steampunk sort of.
Yeah. I thought the costuming and the set design was really fun. I loved the scenes on the ship with the sky in the background, but it just wasn't enough to keep me interested in the movie.
And I just thought her costuming in particular was bizarre.
Yeah.
Because for a long time it has a very, and all of the men's clothing and the other women's clothing seemed to be a very Victorian kind of, you know, a little elaborate because there was money, but something you would expect. And her clothing was always bizarre and horrible color palette on her, just awful colors on her. And they kept talking about how beautiful she was, how beautiful she was, how beautiful she was. I'm like, every single outfit they had her in was so unflattering and washed her out and was just, I mean, the eyebrows were insane, the black hair, and then these like neon yellow and green awful color. I just didn't get it.
I didn't get it. I didn't get the whole movie. It just was wasted on me. You know, I mean, I get why people love it. It just wasn't for us. It wasn't our movie.
We heartily agree on this one.
Yeah, you know, like I said, visually, I enjoyed. There was a lot of times my focus was on the visuals than what was actually happening because I was so bored. By the time they were on the ship, I had probably checked out. And then Harry and the old lady showed up, and I was like, oh, here's two interesting characters. Yeah. But then they're not in it long enough. So, yeah, I just, not for me. You know, it might be for some, obviously it was for some people out there because it was a huge hit. And I do think that Emma Stone's performance was really, really good. The whole part where she breaks down when she kind of sees the cruelty of the world with those poor people in Alexandria, that was a very nice scene. But it's too much. I was like, what's with all the sex? Come on.
Yeah, it was too much.
I get it. She likes furious jumping. We don't need to see it over and over. Now, I will say I have to go punch that baby was probably one of the best lines I've heard in a movie in a while. I loved that line. How many of us have thought that sitting in a restaurant? But overall,
sorry if you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, well, whatever. If you haven't seen it by now, you're probably not going to watch it. Yeah. It's been streaming for free, and we watched it on Hulu, I think. I don't know.
Disney.
Disney
Plus Hulu.
So, yeah, Poor Things.
It's a serious thumbs down for me.
Yeah, it just wasn't for us. I don't see myself watching this again unless I'm really, really high.
I will never watch this again unless I'm being kidnapped and it's a Clockwork Orange situation. I don't have a choice.
Exactly. So there you go. That's what we thought about Poor Things. Let us know if you agree, if you disagree. Did we miss something? Why did you love it? Let us know. We'd love to talk about it some more. Other than that, I don't know, we might watch another one tonight. We'll see what happens.
We need to watch something else to get that out of my head.
Yeah, we might watch something spooky. I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe.
So, yeah, with that note, please do not forget to like and subscribe, ring the bell so you get notified, and we will see you guys next time.
Do you have final thoughts on this one?
See, it's been a while since we've done this.
It's been a minute.
My final thought, honestly, would be just avoid it. Go watch Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Or any of the other, I mean, if that's why I don't know, I wouldn't watch it. I'm not going to get all gatekeeper horror on you. It wasn't my thing. It wasn't my favorite version of the Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah.
I've seen better versions. So that's my final thought. All right, guys, we will talk to you later.
I don't get a final thought. You are really off your game.
I am off my game. What's your final thought?
I guess my final thought would be question what you see. Don't take things at face value, but also don't let your questioning put you into dangerous situations, I guess.
See, she's going to get all intelligent.
That's all I can take from it. That's the only thing I could take from this movie. It's like, this was...
Yeah, it's over our heads.
So, yeah. Now we're actually going to let you go, but We'll be back.
Yep. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.